Hey man, we back, man. Straight out of practice, bruh. First day of practice, man. I ain't gonna lie. It was pressure. Defense had to start. I ain't even gonna tell you how many up downs we had to do, but I ain't never did nothing like that in my life. Like, hey, just know, man. Them boys talking about grit for real. Then we go out there, first play. J-Mo out there running a 4-1. Hey, let's just say, like, I see everybody talking about, yeah, man, Arnold out there getting burnt, man. Hey, man, just know. If you don't know football, then you don't know football. I ain't gonna say too much, but day one, yeah, man. But just know, hey, we the most exciting team in the league, though. I can't even lie. Check my mail today. Got a little surprise, man. Look at this, man. It's fire. Got a little package from Beats, man. Beats got me right, man. They got me right, man. Shout out to them boys. But yeah, man, I'm going to tap in with y'all probably tomorrow or the next day, man. Let y'all know how training camp going, man. Rookie Chronicles, man. That's what I'm calling this. Life of a rookie, man. Sub-op.
Woo! Hey, hold on. Hey, we the most exciting team in the league, man. I ain't gonna lie. That hit me right in my heart, dog. Detroit Lions, that's our rookie. Yep. Terrion Arnold. And there's a lot riding on this secondary to be improved. People are saying that Aaron Glenn has finally what he needs to be able to go out there with his schemes and have a very successful defense. I hope his defense is definitely top 15. Has the potential to be maybe top 12, top 10.
It's not outside the realm of possibility. That's for damn sure. And hey, and I'll tell you what, Aaron Glenn, he knows defensive backs. He was one.
Yep. It's gonna be an exciting year.
And the talent level in the secondary, it's better than it's ever been in Detroit, at least in this regime, once in like the Campbell Holmes regime, obviously. But yeah.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you need anything else to get you any more excited for Detroit Lions training camp?
No.
I'm fired up.
No, at this point, there's nothing more that could get me more excited. Within reason, of course.
Here's my second question.
What up?
Do you mind overdosing on the Lions content, though?
No, of
Let's
course not.
overdose on
Let's
it.
overdose.
Let's overdose. Let's take our excitement to an entirely new level, because if you need just a little bit more to fire you up, we got a little bit of content, especially from the man himself, Dan Campbell. Something that Terrion Arnold said in that clip. It's grit. It's not just a word for them. It's what they're doing. They're not just talking it. It's about them walking it as well. And it just reminds me of Dan Campbell in that very first press conference that went viral and had people with polarizing opinions on all sides. But tell me that the Lions aren't the team that he described. Tell me that you haven't seen them take chunks out of people. Tell me that you haven't seen them go out there and bite those kneecaps.
Hey, you know what? Let's hear from the man himself.
Let's go.
Why not?
Look, I talked to him last night, and it was really like it's been, and that's, man, it's all about the work. We don't live off reputation, we live off of work, and that's what's gotten us where we're at. It's been a long, hard road to get to where we're at right now, and there's a price to be paid, and so we got to go pay it again. That's the message, and it'll always be the message.
Yes.
Mm.
Hey,
Fired up.
no, for real though,
The
Dan.
desk is like 3 inches higher right now.
No, I honestly, and it's not just from this clip, obviously. It's more from the body of work of what we've seen from a Dan Campbell. I don't know if there's anybody in the entire NFL in terms of head coaches, in terms of assistants, who you'd rather run through a wall for than Dan Campbell. I mean, I've always said it. The best example of it all is that Ben Johnson. I truly believe that one of the reasons he stayed wasn't just because he didn't get the best head coaching offer that he possibly could. It's because he trusts working under Dan Campbell. He trusts Dan Campbell as a leader, and so does the team. Everybody is so bought in. That's the crazy thing. Everybody. There's really, and knock on wood, obviously, there doesn't seem to be any team fractures anywhere. And if there is, Isaiah Buggs, he's out.
Be gone. Yep. And you know what? There were times where we all questioned, especially when it was a position of need. What are they doing with Isaiah Buggs?
Yes.
What are they doing? But it honestly, it speaks to how sacred they actually take this room to be. Yep. When they say that it's a brotherhood, when they say that they're in there as a family, when they say that they have Super Bowl expectations, not just getting there, but winning it, then yeah, you're going to go through with a fine-tooth comb and find everything that doesn't fit that DNA towards getting to that Super Bowl.
How about that transition? Because before we get to the next clip, if I could ask you, when you think about a hardworking player, a player that's all about the work, like Dan Campbell just said, what one player comes to mind?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes,
Listen
sir.
to what he has to say about their expectations going into this season.
Yeah, I think we're really confident. I feel like each year, you get into that meeting room the first day, and it's like, what do you want to accomplish as a team? I can truthfully say this year it's not even playoffs. It's not number one seed. It's the Super Bowl, and that's I feel like everyone in the room. And it's the first year I feel like truly as a team, we all feel the same way. We all want to win a Super Bowl. We know we can win a Super Bowl. We have the team. We have the coaches. We have everything we need in this building to win a Super Bowl, and that's our goal. That's our focus, and everything we do from here out moving forward is to get that Super Bowl.
That's one focused MFer right now.
Yes, sir.
We've seen so much this offseason, Amon-Ra St. Brown in the spotlight, on Netflix Receiver, at the draft. Like we've seen him a lot. He's on the practice field now. Are you worried at all about that man focusing on football while he's on the practice field? It has nothing to do with anything we talk about in the offseason or him on podcasts. Like, that dude is ready, and he's chasing a Super Bowl. And he wants to prove to those 16 other receivers, those other teams that didn't draft him, hey, the Detroit Lions are for real.
Yeah.
We never even knew that Amon-Ra St. Brown was going through what he was going through injury-wise until we saw receiver. That's because he just played through it and balled out. He's John Brown made. That's what he is. He is just the toughest SOB you'll ever want to meet. He's a guy that you want in your foxhole. And I'll tell you what, when you watch Amon-Ra talk, and I'm not trying to diss Equanimous or anything like that, but Amon-Ra, he channels it so perfectly, but I truly believe he is an insane human being. I really believe that. But he channels it in a way that he can because he's a professional NFL football player. When you see Equanimous, when you even see them on their podcast, he doesn't have that Amon-Ra does. Just that
Amon-Ra's a different monster.
Just that 1 in a billion type of savagery.
Different type
Like,
of monster.
seriously, he is a savage MFer. But he's our savage MFer, and he's one of the most productive wide receivers in the league. And you don't have to worry about him, whether he's going to be focused or anything like that. He is focused 24/7. Ball is life.
I don't know if you noticed what's going on in the chat, but a lot of people are spamming J-Mo jersey in the chat.
Hold on. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
Since you value Amon-Ra's word so much,
This first segment, it's more the high-level stuff. All right, let's get excited. It's training camp. In this next segment, we're going to talk about J-Mo, and we're going to talk more about this team and what we saw out on the field and what we can expect. But you're looking at that man, like, there's something about Amon-Ra St. Brown being that dude to lead this team. It's special. You pair him with vets who've been around for 7-8 years, like Taylor Decker, who've been through the hardest of times, not just 2021, which St. Brown was a part of, like the hardest of times. Taylor Decker was there, and he now feels this renewed sense of the whole organization operating in sync, get the new practice facility stuff, new stuff for the fans when they go down to training camp. Everything is starting to operate at a Super Bowl level, and he sees that. And when you see this clip on Taylor Decker, just notice on day one of training camp, day one of practice, how light he feels, how excited he feels, how focused he is. Not many vets show this excitement on day one or let this kind of energy out. I feel something different on a Taylor Decker too. Let's see this clip, JB.
Yeah, I mean, number one, they're fantastic. I don't know if you guys have seen the training room. It's incredible. I talked to Rod, I talked to Brett, I talked to Mike Sundin, Dan, I talked to all the guys because I came in Wednesday. Incredible. And as a player, it's just cool to see them. Like, we're going to reinvest in the players. We're going to give more back to you. You're going to give the best thing we possibly can for you, and always trying to improve and get better. Because that's what we do out here as athletes. We're trying to get better every single day, and we know they're trying to get better in this building for us so we can succeed and get whatever little edge we can. And I know the fans are going to like having a little shade. They've needed that out here for a little while. They'd be burning up out here.
First off, how cool is that? You see all the different departments are investing in each other, doing whatever they can to make sure these players have that little bit of extra edge, Taylor Decker said. And then rewarding the fans, getting some shade,
Finally.
building some new bleachers down there. You guys got to be excited for the fans going down. Actually being able to watch this team without squinting.
It's nice to know that they're kind of taking this more direct approach towards just, hey, acknowledging fans were thinking about you, especially during this run. While prices are going up, at least let the fans see some type of new accommodation. To contrast this with the Tigers and their whole home plate thing, why would I invest in that? Why would I put my money towards this? So at least with the Lions, you know you're getting a winning season, and they're also putting it back into your overall Lions experience. That's pretty cool.
It's absolutely cool. And do you know what I really appreciate and respect about Taylor Decker and what I love about Taylor Decker? He was on this team through the whole ass Patricia era.
Yeah.
If you asked him and you gave him truth serum, I'm sure there were some training camps where a weekend he would wake up in the morning and be like, I have to listen to this motherfucker again. For real. I am dead serious. When there were moments during the seasons when they were, 4-8 and their season was directionless, where he would dread going into Allen Park. But now, like a guy like Frank Ragnow, for example, they've been through all that, and now they get to reap the fruits of the Campbell and Holmes era and actually go into a training camp and when there's nothing but optimism. And unlike last year, there's optimism plus a body of work.
Yep. That's the key.
Nobody deserves this more than Taylor Decker.
They're
Nobody.
standing on firm foundation right now when you say that. The body of work. That's what makes this so much different than last year when Dan Campbell is telling them, hey, guys, our goal is to get to the playoffs. Hey, guys, we think we have enough to even get to the Super Bowl. This year, the expectation is, hey, we not only did we let one slip away, but this year it's a disappointment if we don't win one. Not if we just if we just get there. If we don't win it, it's a disappointment. And it's cool to hear them saying the things that we knew. These are the things you got to be working towards. And that's, hey, listen, all of our preparation, all of our work, everything that we do in the weight room, everything right now is going towards winning a Super Bowl. Everything. And you know that trickles into their conversations as well as just a team. That means that they're going to hold each other accountable. When you have that room the way that you do now, which I think is even much more succinct this year than it was last year. You had a couple, as we got to the end of the season, we saw some cracks in the armor. This year, I don't believe that it's that way. I think it's a lot more solid.
This is probably, you could maybe say the Chiefs, but for my money, this has to be the most fun and optimistic training camp in probably all of the NFL. Even probably than the Chiefs at this point.
Let's go. Say that one more time. One more time.
I know. This is probably the most optimistic training camp in the entire NFL. Maybe even over the Chiefs.
Hell yeah.